All right, guys. So in the wake of BLM, the organization getting exposed for sketchy finances and buying mansions and all types of things that charitable organizations probably should be investigated for, Mr. James Klug, who I've done probably 2 or 3 or 4 reaction videos to thus far, has another banger, right? In which he goes on the streets and ask people, do they still trust Black Lives Matter, the organization? Now, this video right here was from a couple weeks ago. I think this is before the news of them buying a California mansion came out, okay? This was more geared towards the fact that there was a lack of financial transparency that caused them to actually stop raising donations online after states was like, yo, where's the money, right? You're missing like $60 million that is not accounted for. And he's done a video over the last few days, a couple days ago, in which, you know, he's asking students about BLM, and he includes the information about the mansions that have been purchased by BLM as well. But I'm not gonna react to that one because that's still a couple days old. I want to give that video opportunity to get views, right, before I react to it. But again, this was 2 weeks old, and it's still very, very, very relevant, okay? Because BLM was exposed a long time ago, and I find it interesting to see what people actually think about the organization. Do they still trust the organization despite the fact that it's been exposed? And I'm gonna tell you, man, it is very surprising how ignorant people are on this organization. However, they still blindly trust what it does, even though, again, it's been exposed, right? It just goes to show how mainstream liberal media isn't doing their job in terms of informing people about this stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this. And as usual, make sure you guys show him some love on his channel because of, you know, the fact that he puts in all the hard work for these videos.
What are your thoughts about the Black Lives Matter organization? I want your honest opinion.
I don't see anything wrong with the Black Lives Matter organization. Yeah. I think they do really good. They have a really good program going on.
Do you?
I wonder what program is he talking about? What program does the BLM organization have? Because you know, they're not even funding their chapters, let alone any real programs. What programs are they funding? Okay, what communities are these programs in? People just be saying stuff, bro.
Support the Black Lives Matter organization?
100%.
The actual national organization. What do you think about that?
I think it's a great idea, especially because, you know, I'm a black person, minority in this world. And there's other people that are black that don't like to speak up because of the problems, and there is people who are like that. So I think that's a very great reason to promote Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Well, it's good because I'm black, right? That's what she says. Doesn't matter what the agenda of the organization is. She obviously didn't go on her website and see that they want to dismantle the nuclear family, that they particularly don't like black men at all, that they're pro-Marxism, things that are not good for black people. I just support it because I'm black, right? The name sounds good, so therefore that's why I support it. Our populace is ignorant.
Really brought unity to our nation, I think, and I think that this has been a necessary convo for years.
I couldn't give you a straight.
Wow, this dude that has a Black History in the Making shirt says that BLM brought unity to our nation, right? What do you mean by unity, right? Was it that $60 million that are missing? Okay, is it those riots that burn down stores and harm communities across the country? Is that unity? Okay, is it dividing this country among racial lines? Is that the unity that this guy is talking about? I fail to see the unity in Black Lives Matter.
Years.
I couldn't give you a straight answer to that because I don't know where the money's going. I don't know if it's real. I don't know what's fake news.
Finally, somebody who is, you know, admitting that, hey, you know what? I'm not educated enough to speak on this topic, right? I know that there's some money issues going on, so therefore I can't necessarily say, you know, whether it's good or not, okay? Not speaking from emotion, speaking from a place of logic and understanding that they have a lack of understanding. And the funny part about this is that I based off their accent, I'm not sure if they're even American. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but, you know, they could be foreign.
So,
Okay,
I
so
agree
money's a
with that.
concern. You agree with her?
Yes, I do agree with that. I mean, I support the cause. I support the cause, but I mean, I would love to know where the money is going, yes.
Do you agree with them on that, or are you kind of neutral on this?
No, I agree.
So it's really interesting that you guys bring that up because that's what we're talking about today, actually.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter, the organization, has suspended fundraising. They stopped fundraising after states such as, Washington or California threatened them with legal action for being out of compliance. They have $60 million of missing donation records, and they've been the Black Lives Matter organization.
They have $16 million of 60
60
of missing.
donation records.
Wow, did not know that.
Of course you didn't, right? Because the media doesn't talk about it. You're not going to see this on CNN. You're not going to see this on MSNBC. And what that leaves is an ignorant population that is donating money to an organization that is basically a Ponzi scheme, thinking that they're out here helping the black community. It's kind of effed up. It really is.
After hearing that, do you trust the Black Lives Matter organization?
Well, if they're getting sued for that amount of money, it has to be some type of truth to it. But I'm not too privy on to that, what's going on. So I wouldn't have a problem with trusting them.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to trust them anyways. Incredible.
The movement is beyond the money. The money isn't going to change the true problems. What's going to change the true problems is conversations like this, talking to people that you don't typically talk to the same way you talk to your best friend.
Wrong. This guy, Black History in the Making shirt. This guy is so lost, right? He is so lost. He literally just thinks that the right thing to do is support the organization regardless of what they do with the money. This dude's literally saying, well, it's not about the money. No, it is about the money. Everything is about money, okay? Like, you don't understand. That money is supposed to be used to start programs and to do things that are supposed to be impactful to the black community. But I would have argued that anybody donating to his organization, just saying that they're Marxists, they're communists, they're ran by, woke, lesbian, feminists, like, look, they weren't going to do the right thing with the money in the first place. Even if they did use the money to help, what they were going to do wasn't really going to have an impact because they don't understand economics, right? They don't understand that the most helpful, impactful thing you can do with that money is to help people start businesses, is to fund entrepreneurs, right? To promote economic activity in the community. Imagine using $60 million to start a fund where you fund people in these communities that want to be entrepreneurs, right? And you can teach them how to be entrepreneurs. You can teach them how to develop and grow their own communities. That's what the money actually should be used towards. That's the only thing, in my opinion, I think it should be used towards. Because that's actually what's really going to help, right? That's what's going to help. But again, these people don't understand it. They don't grasp that concept. They think, growing gardens and, doing, tea parties and artsy stuff is what's going to help. That's not what's going to help. It's not what's about. Everything's about business, right? And the money should be used to promote business.
Seeing everybody like it is, we're all reflections of each other, right? So ultimately, what they're doing with the money, I think that
$60 million, that's a substantial amount.
That's a substantial amount, no doubt.
All right, everyone, let's talk about today's sponsor. Violent crime is skyrocketing all over as a result of the left's soft on crime policies. You need to be prepared to protect yourself. Mind possible. iTarget is giving all of my subscribers a discount. Go to itargetpro.com right now and save 10. Let's get back into it.
Missing donations?
Missing donation records. There's just no record of them at all. It's $60 million. And they're out of compliance in multiple states. The co-founder resigned. The board is giving no comments on these missing donation records. Do you guys trust the organization?
Now that you explain it like that, no, not really.
Hell no.
I think it's important to look into it and figure out where the money is going, because I think a lot of people were in support of the cause and hence why they donated. So the fact that the money has just disappeared and it hasn't gone to the people that it's supposed to help, I think that should be brought into question and people should challenge that.
I agree. For sure. I agree. For sure.
Yeah, these girls sound like they from overseas or something like that. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But it would be funny, right, for it to be a damn shame that foreigners are more educated about what's going on in America than Americans are, right? I mean, I'm just saying, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
I've got no clue where the money's going, to be honest.
The BLM 10 chapters, BLM chapters across the U.S. have called for an open investigation into how the organization spends its money. Okay. Because, they said they gave chapters money. Chapters are saying they didn't receive any money. So there's been a lot of red flags raising, and we're asking people, do you Do you still trust the Black Lives Matter organization if you did at one point, or if you never did, why?
It's kind of a...
It's loaded.
Yeah, I see.
You see
Well, I mean, like any other organization, if it was up to me, I'd be like, you know what? You got to prove your track record. You got to go out there and validate, you know, if you received it, where's the documentation, where's the tracking? That's with anybody, whether it's Black Lives Matter or any other organization. They should be held accountable. If they're asking for money and one company is saying they got it, another company is saying they didn't, somebody's got to prove something.
Patrisse Cullors, the founder of Black Lives Matter, she says that's triggering, right? Turning over her papers to show what the organization spends their money on, that's racist, right? That's white supremacy. That's an attack against her. Okay, that's what she says, right? So Patrisse Cullors, the founder of Black Lives Matter, not going to like what this guy is saying too much.
Somebody's lying.
The 60 million, yeah, that's a substantial amount, but my hope is that they're doing whatever they need to be doing with the best regard for the community. You know, I don't know too much about what they're doing in the back office, but my hope is that
You're hoping it's
they're
good.
progressing us, yeah.
Wow. Guys like this is what's wrong with this country. This man is relying on hope, right? He's like, I know that they swindling the money, but I hope that they doing what they should be doing with the money. Even though I know that they're not, I hope. And that's why I support them. I support them off hope instead of facts, logic, and empirical evidence, right? That is what you should be looking at. That's just what you should be considering, okay? You can't wing life and live life based off hope, right? You can't donate to an organization saying that I hope they use the money for what the money's supposed to be used for. You need to verify, okay? That is why we have these laws set up in place for transparency in regards to what these organizations are doing. But again, this guy right here, he's lost, bro. He's super lost.
Yeah.
Do they keep good records though?
Not at all.
Well, you gotta keep good records when you're getting all the money.
Do you trust the organization or no? What do you think?
To be fully honest with you, I don't know enough about it, but in terms of like black people, I love them and fully support them.
So charity.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I can end the video on that, right? When the white liberal comes in and says, you know, I love black people and I fully support black people. I think that's a good way to end the video. So as you can see there, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, unfortunately, that just seem to be ignorant on this subject, right? But once they actually learn about it, you know, it's almost like they're shocked to hear that this organization is swindling the money, right? He didn't even really go into the details about how some of the founders are basically living lavish lifestyles, even though, you know, nobody knows where the money's going, right? So imagine if the mainstream media actually did their job in regards to informing people about this organization. I think that would actually effectively be the end of the organization if the mainstream media actually did their job. But hey, this is the reality that we live in. People are uneducated. It's not really a surprise. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.